Yarg! Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butters speaking, and welcome all ye back to another episode of advice to anyone who has a computer that has a fingerprint activated display of everything. Yeah, don't try and log in or use your fingerprint after you've just been in the bath. Because it won't recognize you, surprisingly. Who would have thought? Anyway, welcome back. We're in Gacha Review now, and this is not going to be National Talk Like a Pirate Day. That was just an opening thing. I'm not going to try and maintain that for the entire video. Mostly because that would mean I have to wear an eye patch. Anyways, let's welcome our guests for today, shall we? So, in order of, I guess, requesting to be here, we have KW first.
They better not ruin anything with pirates because I love pirates. And no, it's not just because of Pirates of the Caribbean. I love fantasy, I love history, and pirates belongs into those two worlds, okay? So please do not ruin pirates for me. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Okay, fair enough. Why do I get the impression? Why do I get the impression the next Misfits book is going to take place on a sea vessel?
I'm not going to say anything about that.
Hey, I mean, you never know. You never know.
I've been writing a lot today, so that's probably why.
I was going to say, for crying out loud, they were stuck in the darn city for so long, they just never seem to want to leave for some reason. You give 4 days advantage, and then you're like, oh, no, I'm just going to stay here for a bit. All right, then.
Oh, you read the book, I forgot.
I've been waiting to tell you that. I got this the day before I left, and I read it on the plane on the way to Rome, and then finished it like 3 days later.
Oh, I bet you're mad at me for the cliffhanger then.
Not really. I'm more mad at you for the blatant spelling mistakes, terrible formatting, and overall, and for some of the reason, some of the lines and the dialogue almost belonging to a different person, despite the fact that it's clearly not them talking. That's more of my concern, really. Did you not realize? Okay, we're gonna have to talk later. For now, let's welcome our other guest, BB.
Yar, me got scurvy, you. Me a pirate. Have you got any idea what that means? Any idea? Any guesses?
Well, scurvy is a disease that you would get through lack of vitamin C on sea journeys a lot of the time.
And a song by Pink she did on SpongeBob.
Yes, well, that's why we've got scurvy. We need some vitamin C. We got scurvy. We need a lemon tree. Those are the lyrics of that song.
Yep.
That's why. Yeah.
KW, any guesses what being a pirate means truly?
What, just getting scurvy?
Yes, it is. Yes, army meetings.
No, it means I'm illiterate.
Oh, dear God.
Yo, what? I be illiterate. Read my lips. Oh, wait, you can't, can ye? Anyway. Anyway, we're going to do some reading today because this episode is not voice acted. So, here we go.
I had that joke prepared like minutes before I was able to join. I knew exactly how I wanted to intro this baby.
Fair enough. Okay, so now we've got all of our pirate accents and pink voices out of the way. Let's proceed with the actual episode and see how much it fares up. Oh, and bonjour. Yeah, that's a good point. Most pirates historically did not speak English. That is very true, Emily. That's entirely accurate. Yep. Okay. Anyways, in fact, one of the most famous pirates was Japanese. Anyway, watching the episode.
What is today or attitude.
I will show you my copy later. I just saw your message. Ah, what music is this, I wonder? Who could have possibly used this to open up? Strangely enough, it's the second episode, not the first one, but there you go. Anyway, guys, it's our first school day. We have breakfast in a bit less than an hour. This is me on holiday. It's like, oh yeah, let's wake up at a certain time. No one else moved. Sleep, I want sleep.
I will say your sleep schedule was the most sane that I have ever seen it while you were on vacation.
Yeah, it had to be, because we were always up early. Whoa, you're ready? Yep, I've been up since 4 a.m. Well, speaking of sane sleep schedules, I was so excited I just couldn't get back to sleep. Cut to her immediately collapsed on a desk or something. As it is with ballet school, isn't it? Just cut to collapsed on the bar.
Does this take place during Christmas?
No, not to my knowledge.
Because this feels like a Christmas intro.
Or
Oh right.
Christmas
Because
intro.
of the wake up, we've got presents and kind of thing. Yeah, I see what you mean. But no, it's just the first day of school. Very much the most un-Christmassy thing ever. Anyway, what's the time now?
Well, she has a sleeping mask. Interesting.
Yeah. 6:30 last I checked. I checked, double checked, and triple checked. The breakfast is at 7:15. So we gotta get ready. Are your mum and aunt playing Mario Kart again or something, KW?
No, I think that's just my family getting ready to go out or something. No, I don't know.
That sounds like a very... I will say your family seems a lot more cheery than I'm used to hearing families as. Maybe that says more about me, actually, but...
It does. You should, but also you should hear the Mario Kart days.
Oh,
I was there.
no.
I was there because that happened on a stream once. Yeah, I remember that. That was actually I think that was actually the same day that we stayed here, ending until the restream call kicked us out while we were theorizing. We were theorizing, and every once in a while we would hear in the background, "Wow!"
That does sound like Mario, to be fair. And that sounds like Yoshi. Time to get up. Fine. I gotta brush my hair. Don't worry if it looks like I had a dream I got hit by lightning. I've always had terrible bed hair. I feel like most people... It's weirder to see a character who sleeps with their hair in braids than it is to see someone with bed hair like that, I'll say.
I used to, when I go to bed, have a ponytail. But now my hair is short, so I don't really have a ponytail anymore.
Nah, fair enough. Maybe you should try a bun like this character.
Oh god, no! The people buns I had!
Every time you roll over, ow!
I don't like doing that whenever I go to sleep. My hair, whenever I wake up, is more akin to this like person on the bottom left.
Yeah, like I said,
arguably
that's common
more
for most
messy.
people. That's common for most people. Yeah.
I hate buns in my hair. When I took ballet class, oh my god, it was so painful. Like having like the pins going through your skull.
I will say a lot of people compliment my long hair, so I've never really been particularly driven to do a bun.
That is a good point. You always get compliments every time you show your face.
I don't get it. I really don't think my face is as good as most people say, but it might just be the acne that throws it off for me.
I mean, well, you never know.
That and I have too defined of a chin. I don't like my chin. It feels too masculine.
I don't know.
That's one of those things that ends up getting like fixed through HRT though, because the cheeks puff out and everything. And it kind of like restructures the entire
Oh, I see. I thought you were going to say like HRT somehow like affects your bones. I was like, what? Wait a minute.
It affects a lot of like the more minor things like fat distribution. That's why people in HRT get well,
No, that
specifically like estrogen and stuff get like curves and like an actual butt and like all that.
okay, that part makes sense. I was just thinking more like, okay, HRT time. Or something.
I have heard that it
I just
does
had that
over
image.
time do slight changes, but nothing quite as extreme as what you're thinking. No.
Okay. Anyway, I like how each one feels distinctive, says Ghosty. They definitely have a robust individual personality. Yeah, we got a lot of that from last episode too. And one thing that I was looking forward to was seeing a bit more of some of their origins, because we got two of them signing up. Juliet was the one who came in first of all as the new person, even though they're all new. So I thought, okay, well, maybe we're going to get something more with like each of them. But actually, to be honest, this is already, even without any of that, like you say, a stark improvement over the beginnings of other pop series in the same vein.
Romeo,
By this or any other creator.
Romeo.
Well, you say that, but actually, let's see, Juliet's uncle's biggest rival is in fact called Montague. That was a thing from last episode. So yes,
Ooh.
Juliet is very much a reference. I think actually all these characters have names that are references to famous ballets in general. It might not be that they're originally from a ballet, as is the case of Juliet, but ballet has popularized them to some degree. Anyway, I'll be in the bathroom if you need me. Adios. I'm looking forward to our first class. My old ballet teacher was very mean. I feel like that's most ballet teachers, I would imagine. I've never done the Sacchetti method before. I did. That's actually also something that Majesty probably didn't really account for, was the different styles of ballet, because that was something that I think Eli herself mentioned in the last video, the last review that we did, but also
about the different. Oh god.
Yeah, but also because Majesty clearly once again haphazardly enrolled them into school way before, because she already had that prepared with Juliet to begin with. So she clearly was like, okay, let's just put them all. What's a famous ballet school? Oh, this one here. Okay, yeah, Stuttgart, Sacchetti, whatever it was called. Yes, fine, in there. They'll want to go anyway. But as it turns out, yeah, sometimes it's kind of like with different martial arts. Sometimes they translate, but not all the time. Also, why do you welcome people to the pit, Ghosty? Where did this become the pit? You've said that twice now.
Oh no.
I think the chat has rebranded what your channel entails, Jacob.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess fine. Welcome to the Deadpool then. We're reviewing some gacha.
Oh god, no. Why?
I think they're both similar, just have different names and how to do things for some steps. Yeah, that's how they differ. What did you expect? It's like, oh, I've never eaten red apples before, but I've eaten green ones. Oh, well, they're both the same. They just have slightly different tastes and textures. Obviously.
and brands, you know. And of course, geographical location.
Well, I'm over here who took some
One
class.
costs $1 and the other costs 1,000 because it comes from 5 countries over.
Yeah, I don't know where you're buying your apples, but that's definitely not the best way of going about it.
The pet says.
Hey man,
we'll make for a really good Mr. Beast video, $1 apple versus $1,000 apple, but that's beside the point.
I can imagine some rich people getting like super crazy expensive exotic apples.
Yeah, or just a video of trying every apple on the planet or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right, I know some arm positions, and I think dégagé is or called or something else. Maybe we'll learn how to do all the steps of our pop names. Hopefully those all pertain to the particular style of ballet that has been selected for this series. Otherwise, probably not.
Are you trying to like create the most like powerful pop right now or something? Let's just unite all of our best skills into this one person and hope that they do not supersede us one day.
Well, yeah, that's isn't that what happens in the Fantastic Four movie? Anyway, I've already learned a few jets. I know petty jets. Oh yeah, I think those. I know those. They go like this. That's some very smooth movement.
Is that what that is? I don't know, I'm just saying, you would have thought that'd be more complicated. I could do that pretty easily.
Well, if she's just learning the basics in this new style, she probably isn't doing something super complex. Also,
I'm
Betty
just
needs
saying,
little, so
I was expecting something more complex whenever she just outwardly goes, "Oh, I know those," and starts doing it. It's like
they have. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Maybe, but at the same time, okay, fine. Oh, because on mobile the chat's okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I still have it to the right. I also learned them devant or at the front, but I prefer doing them at the back. Next. I do like that we have, for once in a gacha video, some actual appropriate times for costume changes, rather than just what used to happen back in the day. Oh look, here's a pillowcase. I'll be slam it across my chest, and now I'm in a different outfit. That was pretty quick. Quick changes have trained me.
Hey man, Superman got away with it, and so can you.
Superman literally has super speed. That doesn't count. Well, I'll go next. Okay. Okay. Establishing stock image. Fair enough. All right. Wow, this food looks amazing, and also like it's not part of the same background as this.
Yeah, you know, it's weird because normally patterns are defined by like
This is not the
right?
cafeteria.
Well, the thing is, right? Patterns are defined by 3s, and the fact that we only got 2 makes me think they couldn't find a third one that had the same like rough look to it. Like it didn't have the same like silver rims or anything, so they just hoped 2 would suffice.
I highly doubt that, considering that looks like it's from Google Images, but maybe it's because of the specific.
Okay, one thing I do like is that like 3 of the characters look like they're wearing similar uniforms and everything, but they have different style wearing them. But
yeah,
the one with the pink hoodie, I despised it so much because yes, I can see why you're trying to be different, but it's not good.
I'm imagining that there's some reason why she's kept the hoodie on, like it's a lucky hoodie or something, or some sort of emotional value, and just she rarely ever takes it off. Something to that effect. Not entirely sure yet, but that's where it seems to be going. I don't know what the person in the back's excuse there is. Or I guess the one wearing, a black skirt and shirt instead of the green one. Don't get that either. You know what? The extras are throwing me off. As far as the main characters go, I'm sure there's some significance. What to expect from private school? Prison food? To be fair, my friends and I were just talking about this, and how for them their school foods was that as they got older and went to different schools, were actually all collectively worse than the one that was in our primary school where we all met. Like those meals particularly, also because there were less students, so it was, not like you're cooking for 300 people, it's more like 60, were just objectively much better, even though basically everyone complained back in the day. And I guess that tracks because that primary school was a private school, so maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe that's just maybe the school meal stereotype of them of it all tasting like slop just comes from public schools. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say I've never experienced a private school, but I've told this story many times, but all I'm saying is the apples they feed us are mostly, you can tell they're aged. B, it's only half of the apple. And C, they just kind of dunk it in peanut butter and hope no one notices any
That's
of the other
because
flaws.
BB, that's because the apples don't cost $1,000.
Yeah, they cost a penny. Dude, they look like
peanut
you can
butter's more
tell they are
expensive.
not getting fresh apples. These are apples that have clearly been there a month.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Like you can see all the bruises and stuff there. It's like, is this safe to eat? Is this sanitary?
Is this apt for human consumption? Has the FDA been here recently?
Funny,
Anyway.
actually, the FDA did visit at one point, as a matter of fact. I was in class one day, and there was this new person, and I saw them chatting with a teacher, and I overheard them chat about their careers, and then I overheard the minor detail that that this new lady that I had just not seen was actually from the FDA. To which I wonder, I wonder why.
I thought you were going to say it happened to be a parent who on career day or something, and then they all had a panic.
No, it was actually just someone from the FDA on duty that came to our school for some unknown reason.
Okay, fair enough then. Hello, my name is Cheryl. I work for the FDA. Every teacher in the room just turns like, oh no.
Dude, I so desperately wish that she blabbed what she was there for. The FDA doesn't just show up like that, you know?
Oh no. I mean, Ofsted doesn't show up. I mean, Ofsted are people who evaluate schools over in the UK. Yeah. Even they give you like a day or so heads up, even though they shouldn't. They should surprise you because that's when people get a chance to prepare. But whatever. So yeah, even they announce their arrivals. Now the FDA, obviously, they're gonna give you, they're gonna let you know when they're coming.
Like you said, that's like a
fear
threat.
build up. Yes, let the fear fester for a little bit. You know what you did.
You get an email like a week sooner. Hey, we're coming to shut you down.
Yeah, it's just like FDA. You know what you did. No, it's just a ransom that says you know what you did. Signed the FDA.
and as soon in the like cafeteria or whoever, the school board or whatever, they're like reading the email and it's very casual, and then you can just see their eyes like bulge open when they reach the FDA.
Yeah, the music just changes. Yeah. I tell you what, what was it? Well, actually, that almost happened to Mr. Krabs, didn't it? I mean, he was surprised by a health inspector one time, but at least he could smell him coming. He was able to do something.
Inspector. Oh god, yeah. Okay.
Anyways, don't worry about being late, Eli. I didn't really announce that I was doing this today. I never do. I just kind of like decide, oh yeah, what am I going to review today? Actually, to be fair, Josh did tell me this had been published, so that's why I was like, all right, I'll review that tomorrow. Okay. Also, hold on a second. I didn't edit this exchange that's gone on. So Emily says, "What are the uniforms?" The uniforms are based on what I wear to class. To which Emily, of course, on the defensive now, says, "Get better ones." Okay, to be honest, Emily, do school uniforms ever look good on anyone? They're not really supposed to.
No.
Anyway, it's standard ballet uniform. They just have jackets on. Hey, well, there you go. It might not be Christmas yet, but it is definitely getting chilly. Well, actually, yeah, I suppose they are. Are they still? Yeah, they're in Germany right now, so yeah, it would be. I was about to say, hold on a second, hemispheres, but no, it's the same one. Right. My trade school uniforms were a thick wool shirt and a pair of black slacks. Similar. Mine looks okay. It's better than that. I think you've shown me like pictures of your school or something. It's marginally better. Anyway. Okay. Scrambled eggs. Hold on, was scrambled eggs part of that image? I need to go back. Right. I need to see.
They didn't look like scrambled eggs to me, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the eggs. Yeah, it's another image.
That doesn't
No
look like
eggs.
eggs to me.
No
What
eggs.
eggs?
You lied. You lied to us, Eli. You lied to us.
What eggs?
Now, of course, someone's going to say, "Oh, but that was because of the images. I couldn't find the image with scrambled eggs." Well, then either import them as prompts or change the text. Either one works. Anyway, I don't know what to pick. How about a food item that's not on the menu? Oh wait, does anyone know what the timetable is for today? How about the person who just has been up for several hours, probably? Let me see. Maths at 8:30 to 9:30, half an hour morning tea break. Well, after one lesson. Ballet class from 10 to 11:45, and then rehearsals, and then finish off the day. We have warm-up time, and then
do they actually serve tea?
Hold on, I'm sorry. To finish off the day at presumably midday or something, because he only got up to 11:45 at that point. So to finish off the half of a day that you have, you start warming up only then, after an hour and 45 minutes of ballet class.
You could have slept
What?
in.
Right? What is happening?
Okay. All right. Imagine that in a sports team. All right then, everybody. I know you've all got stiff muscles by now, but it's finally time to warm up. But coach, we've been running for 2 hours. Should have done it sooner then, shouldn't you? I'm not the one who made the timetable. Oh, your research in German school days finished about then? That is weird. I'm gonna have to look into that. Then we are free to do whatever. That sounds like a lot. But I'm going to be exhausted by the day. No, you're not. It's a half day. And you warm up after you finished. But I can't wait to start class. Also, you only have maths class, and that's the only normal lesson you have in the entire day. I mean, I guess you don't have that much time if German schools finish in the morning. But the question then becomes, when do you do the other stuff? Huh? Anyway, I can't wait for next class. I guess after the first class. Once you finish multiplying, add all the numbers together, and then you get your answer. Guess they're being taught bid mass, probably. Oh, it's the actor with the sweater. Good morning, class. Lovely to see you all warming up. We have a lot of students on today. My name is Mrs. Makarova. Tell me who you are when I call your name. I do like that most of them, apart from two, are in different poses, and they are just like stretching and reacting and, just being normal at this point. Speaking of normal, how about Aurora Spade for a name? Doesn't sound like a trying too hard or anything. What should I call my main character? How about Armia? Anyway, Juliet Armitage? Yep. Ketria Costa? Yep. And Odette Swan. Odette Swan.
What?
For the record, I did not read that correctly, and I did not hear you correctly. So what I heard was dead swan.
And a dead swan in the corner of the room. That's our class mascot.
Giving off actual names and then just going, dead swan?
All right, class, today we're going to look after the dead swan. It used to be the live swan, but one student attacked it in the middle when looking after it because it decided to retaliate. I don't know. I'm just imagining now, I just had an image of, like, instead of a class hamster or something to look after, you just get handed a swan.
I love that. We used to have a we used to have a class pet in elementary school. It was a bunch of these very cute rats, or was it mice? I don't know. I think it was mice actually. And one of them was albino. They had like red eyes. We were all freaked out over them, but to be
Yeah.
honest, it was actually quite cute. So it worked out by the end. They were all quite adorable. They all died of cancer, but
all of them. Okay, that feels.
Morbid? I don't
I was
know.
gonna say that feels like sabotage. Like, how do you all get? I don't know, that
they
feels
were
like radiation
mice,
poisoning.
to be fair.
Okay, all right, fine.
I'm fairly certain cancer's pretty high in mice.
Oh, maybe. I don't actually know. And yes, Ghosty, I know that Swan is a last name. Anyone who's ever heard of Twilight has to know that Swan is a last name. The reason I reacted the way to Odette Swan is because that's a reference to the Swan Princess, which is a famous ballet, and the main character's name in that is Odette. That's why. It's another one. It's another reference to, like I said before, how all the main characters act that way. And also seem to comprise the entire class just by themselves. That's me. Good, you all have fitting names to be ballet dancers. By pure luck, I guess, unless Majesty was being really, really selective about this.
Hey, hold on, wait. There's a fitting name to be a ballet dancer?
Yes, if you're named after the main character of a famous ballet, I feel like that would...
Yeah, but I feel like anyone could be a ballet dancer if they wanted to.
I mean, I thought that depends on the industry standards, but in theory, yes, you could.
Well, I say that actually. I think you need legs as well. I think that's also a prerequisite. But that anyone who has legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they're prosthetic or otherwise. I think there was a famous ballet dancer who had prosthetic legs, but I can't remember anymore. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that works then. Sure.
Swine Lake. That'll be the next episode. I remember Swine Lake now. Perfect. All right. Anyway, now I shall tell you my class rules. I do not want to see anyone breaking these. I'm looking at you, Miss Campbell. I know there are a few new students, but you may not get to know them here. Oh, you may not get to know them here. Okay, yeah, I guess no talking in the class or something like that, yeah. Save your gossip and drama talk for after class. You may not talk here unless you are asking a question or answering a question.
Sorry, if it's or answering a question, that leaves open a pretty big loophole, because if you whisper and then the teacher asks what you're doing, then you can be like, oh, I'm just answering a question.
Oh, snap. Yep.
You know, that is very fair. Yeah, but then you have to phrase an entire conversation just purely in questions.
Well, no, I mean, again, if you whisper and the teacher doesn't know what you're talking about, then...
I guess. Okay.
Yeah, just have a list of, like, backup questions in case she asks what the question was.
That is true, yeah. My question was, can I get a drink of water? You may ask for a drink of water at any time. I do not want you to be dehydrated.
Oh, dude, no. Oh my god. Hold on. I was at college yesterday, actually. What you said reminds me of something. Okay. I was at college yesterday. And at college, right, you don't have to ask to go to the restroom or grab a snack or a drink or anything, right?
I know, yes.
High school, not the same.
Very much the case, yes.
Our high school, I don't know what it's like for a lot of other people, but for us specifically, they require you to have like a weird like software where you have to like notify where you're going.
Oh,
and you have to like accept it all. It's really weird. I actually just stopped eating and drinking there, and I started actually like measuring the amount of drinks I have, so that way I don't have to like use anything, because they actually locked the staff restroom, which I was explicitly told I was allowed to use the year prior, because, well,
yeah,
we
can imagine. Yes, so yeah, none of that over here, but definitely asking the not asking permission in college thing. That's because obviously you're already paying to be there. You're not legally required or anything. So They just got a very laissez-faire attitude. At the end of the day, doesn't really affect them too much at that point. Unlike in high school, where it does reflect poorly on them if the students just start, misbehaving and skipping and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but our professor at college was baffled whenever he actually heard what it was like at our place, and he's like, "You're kidding, right?" And all of us unanimously were like, "Nope, they monitor our every movement." He's like,
Yeah,
"No,
that is the rare part."
Yeah, and he's like, "Nope, that's crazy. No. If you need to do something, get out and do it. I don't care."
And there you go.
We're not doing any of that here, guys. That's insane.
Mm-hmm. Do not come late to class. And lastly, always try your best. I don't want to see people slacking. There is no excuse for that. Unless you are sick or some other medical condition. There are no excuses. Now here are 2 excuses.
Whoa. I'm sorry, what?
But you must let me know if that's the case.
I think those are pretty valid excuses. I don't think you'll be back here like doing twirls while like you're throwing up. You're like a. I mean,
look, yes, those are valid excuses. My point was the phrasing of that.
I call this the water sprinkler.
Okay, moving swiftly onwards. Do you understand? Yes, obviously. Good. Now, since you all have seemed to warm up yourselves, because warm-up class is several hours down the line, head straight to the bar. Imagine if someone misunderstood that. Head straight to the bar. All right, see you later.
Wait.
First round's on me.
Wait, head straight to the what?
To the bar.
Bar?
We'll begin with plie. Yes.
Like, it can't be the bar I'm thinking of. What are they talking about?
It's not. That was the joke I made. Look at the bar that they went to do plies. Look at what they're doing now.
I thought that was just part of the background. I didn't realize they're going to use it.
Well, it is part of the background, but I'm guessing this background was chosen because it works for this.
Well, I'm not used to gacha people using these resources.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just confused already with this class already. I'm just like, what the heck?
How? They just gone to the. Did you not do like you went? You said you did ballet classes. Did you not go to a bar and do plays? Was that not one of the things you did all the time?
We did.
Well, then what's the confusing part?
I'm just confused on like what's. I'm just confused. Like I expect them not to do playouts in the bars because this is supposed to be like a fancy school. That's why I thought.
Yeah, because fancy schools just don't bother with those sorts of lessons. You're right. Yeah, I like the idea that fancy does not mean like exquisite or anything in this world.
I thought it was for something for
welcome
beginners.
Welcome to the fanciest of schools where you don't have to do anything.
To learn. Welcome to Xavier's School for the Gifted. We're going to skip algebra entirely because you're all smart enough to get it anyway. So on to calculus.
Now launch your fellow X-Men down the nearest sewer in the right amount of trajectory to wipe out every Marvel kid-friendly fascist, will you?
But we don't know how to land yet. You haven't taught us. Did I stutter? School for the Gifted. You should know this already.
No, Professor Xavier, wait, no, what are you doing picking me up with your mind? Wait, Professor Xavier, no, wait, no!
And that's the real reason why Professor Xavier's in a wheelchair. That was his initiation as well.
Oh yes, we figured out the real lore about how Xavier is in his wheelchair. It's not because of his friend. Yeah, no, of course not.
Yes, a bullet in the 60s. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Having flashbacks to Xavier's voice going, ah!
You'll remember that, don't you? I don't remember that. You remember that, don't you? Oh yeah, the bullet, of course.
Really, it's just a couple like old like college friends that are like, shut up and back me up here, man. Just this once.
No, he literally just he has mind powers. He can literally just make them remember. Oh yes, Charles over here. He was the big man on campus. You know, always the life of everybody. Cut to him like in actual college. Just
At least
isolated.
he was the big man. Of course, his the top half of him didn't quite make up for the lost inches, but.
Oh yeah, but you know, not everyone can overcome being attacked by a random shark out of nowhere that just came up from the ground. Surprisingly, you also remember that, don't you? Yeah, I remember that.
How right from the mud that we were forced to drink.
He changes his backstory every single time. He has a different group of friends to make himself seem cooler.
Hey, remember that one salmon?
Oh no.
Yeah, it was weird how a salmon was allowed to attend our same college, but there you go. I guess it also mutated.
Yeah, he was always a quiet one, you know.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, it was just his actual pet fish. That was just thrown there as an April Fool's joke.
Hey, here's Goldie.
But then he forgot to erase the memory as a prank, so it's just been there for several years, and they all think that the salmon was a thing. So I've been looking on Cerebro recently. Care to explain where the salmon came from?
Hey, yeah, so I found a file. It's called Goldie.exe. Well, what's that for, Xavier? He's like, oh, top secret.
Does Cerebro use .exe at that? I would not have expected.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think we've ever really gotten to see what the files look like.
I'm now imagining Cerebro with input lag or complete data storage.
Wait, hey guys, we have to stop these terrorists. All right, we need to hurry up. Guys, hold on, it's buffering.
Wow.
Professor, the internet's down. Well, someone fix it or open up a hotspot. I need to use Cerebro.
Bar is what you first in class you always start with please. Yes, I do know that. Professional companies also start their class well. Please at the bar. Listen, I didn't go to a fancy school.
Yeah, but you said that you were expecting fancy schools not to have them, so your one must have done. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're
we had levels. We had levels in dance.
You're the weak little fools that bother to do things in their class.
Mm-hmm.
Not like those fancy schools down there in the east.
Oh, of course not.
No.
I don't know, logic? Anyway, carrying on, but haven't you started doing the pliés yet? Come on. We will not be trying to learn the syllabus today. It's opportunity to refresh your memory on the steps we learned last year. Isn't that right? All 4 new students on screen right now, and none of the old ones? For you newer girls, who I was not addressing a second ago, I know some of you haven't done this ballet method before. I don't know how you got into our prestigious school, but I'm just going to assume you're a bride by a princess from a magical dimension. If you haven't learned how to do a step on a different way, just let me know. As for the rest of you, not have as many excuses. See, there's no longer no excuses. It's now just Giraffe has as many. She's opening it up this time. Very good. I notice your first day back, so I'm taking it slightly easier on you, as I just said before. I still expect you to work very hard. With that, let us begin. Prepare arm 5th en avant, then 2nd. Demi-plie. They're not doing anything.
I like the idea that for 30 minutes she's gonna be saying what to do, and she's just gonna be doing it awkwardly.
And now with a little demonstration, the bell rings. Oh, well, okay, see you next time.
Good day at work, class. Good day. Let's be this productive next time. And meanwhile, the class walking out, muttering with each other. Oh, we'll be that productive. Don't you worry.
Of course. Tondu to first. Float arm and down. Repeat. Oh, they actually don't do anything. Fantastic. Okay. Okay. Whenever I've done like limited dance, ballet or otherwise, usually I've done it at the same time. But I guess maybe, yeah, I don't know.
Now that doesn't work because if we go back, I'm fairly certain she says to do what she's doing. I could understand if they're lagging behind a little bit, but they weren't. They simply were not doing the thing.
Maybe the people off screen were.
Yeah, because those are the ones that we should be. Because those aren't the ones we should be paying attention to. We need to be paying attention to the ones that aren't doing stuff.
By the way, I love the foresight of having the ad cards here, like the publicity break. I mean, you know, that's good preparation for when you get monetized. So
you know, this shading has always been a bit weird to me on the redhead over here. Because I feel like I've seen this like weird orange shading a couple times, at least the shape, and it's always to me kind of looked a little bit like a flipper, like it belongs on a duck.
Oh yeah, wow, you know that head accessory. Wow, yeah, definitely that one is absolutely the worst of the character designs. I wonder who was responsible for that one.
Oh wait, was that Emily's design that I'm dissing right now, or? Hey, look,
Yes.
I'm sorry. This accessory looks like it belongs on a duck's foot. All right, I'm just what are they called? Oh my god, what are they called? What are duck feet?
Fins? I don't know. Anyway, I choose custom poses for that.
Webbed foots. Technically, they're called palmates, but no one calls them that. Webbed foots.
You mean webbed feet?
Webbed feet. Yes. It looks like a webbed foot, though.
Oh, all right, yeah, I believe you.
Emily, the orange thing over here on like the red head.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That very same. What a tiring day. I'm exhausted.
Mood.
I'm not. I'm so excited for everything coming up. The Nutcracker for our Christmas performance, because obviously, what else would you do at a prestigious ballet school? Obviously, it has to be. Oh, Nia made the ad thing. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, Emily's defending herself here. She's disowning ownership.
Right.
I could have found a less redundant way to say that.
I just remember that the last episode, there was one design that got roasted by Emily. Oh, it was the pink one. Okay. Yeah, all right. And Emily forgot. I was just mentioning that. Okay. And Coppelia for the end of school year performance. I can't wait for it all. I wonder what our roles in the ballets will be. And our costumes. Personally, I'd love to be a mouse in the Nutcracker. Not the Spanish. Mouse, moose. There is moose that has two S's. Just because I'm Spanish, I mean I have to do all the Spanish. Oh right, okay, sorry. Okay, thought you were talking about. Never mind. That one's on me. It has nearly everything I hate on it for the red. Well, I guess that's fitting.
Including the webbed foot on the head?
I assume so. Ladies, I have a new mission for you. There is a robbery happening at a jewelry store in a mall in Stuttgart. It is a simple job for you. After all, this is only your second mission. But there is no time to lose. I shall send you over right now. I'm telling you, I have no idea what you're going on about. That's the worst. Oh, the duck was the, yeah, okay. Don't play dumb with us. Our boss sensed a magical connection
Hey,
to you.
so KW, you were claiming that you are a history fan. So, do you have any? So, I mean, what's your opinions on these like hyper realistic pirate outfits?
With ninja bandanas.
Very bad. I'm sorry. I do not like these. No.
What do you mean? Everyone knows that ninjas wore these specific types of bandanas, and they always wore these eye patches with this sigil on it, you know. And of course everyone knows that they wore like a t-shirt and some jeans, and they had lovely dyed hair.
You want to be like One Piece? Sure, let's go with One Piece. The anime series is all about pirates. Yeah, if you want to go with that look, sure.
Recognize that character over there? Yes, I said in the description. I alluded to the fact that these are familiar.
Exactly, Emily. Much history.
Okay, hold a second.
History ever, yes.
Oh my god!
What kind of terrible excuse is this? You make jewelry. That is what pop rings are, just with magic. So
are you an alien?
This guy is clearly the only jeweler in all of Stuttgart. Obviously, there are no other jewelry makers at any part of this entire city. So it has to be here where the pop rings were made, and not, I don't know, Avalonia, where the magic actually comes from, and they were just delivered by Majesty and not by this guy, because most of the time pops aren't local to where they are. Oh, these are Avalon. So they have no excuse then. They're Avalonian pirates. They should know that the German jewelry does not contain magic.
Well, see, I don't know if that's in reference
to the.
So they are aliens. They're alien pirates. You're telling me they're? Oh my.
Well, because okay, so they are aliens. Cool.
Do Avalonians ever wear jeans outside of disguises? I don't remember that.
I guess when they were doing pirate research, jeans showed up. I mean,
we have sensed a connection to the pops through ye. I do not know what a pop is. I generally don't know what you're on about.
Excuse me?
Yeah, apparently the pops aren't as famous at this point, so some people haven't heard of them. Juliet before had no idea what the pops were, even though some groups have already made international airwaves at this point.
Is it a prequel?
This is, yes, it is, but it's also a prequel that happens after Blues Pops.
So it's a prequel of what?
It's a midquel. Anyway,
does that even exist?
Yes, as coined by Seamus Gorman.
Okay.
Right,
there's a lot of variations of prequels and sequels that no one really bothers with, but I mean, you know.
If you aren't working with Majesty to make rings, why not ye join us? Why not you? I guess he's a pirate. Never mind. Hey, did you know robbing a store is illegal? What? Nobody told me this. Oh, to go. Oh, thank you for that. Let me off now.
We were almost in hot water.
And we like the cold sea. We better get back to it. Let's go, fellas.
Enjoy ye riches.
I see. I see. Well, KW, you do that voice. We'll share the pirates.
Oh God! Recognize him, see? No.
Oh, wrong. I was the other one from before.
Okay. Sorry. I forget.
We're not robbing. We're interrogating. That'd be completely legal with a sword to the face.
You know.
Oh, we're just here to stop you.
All right, come on, Chan.
Man, you look very nice about it.
Right.
Go on. Pirates.
We thought Majesty would oh God. We thought Majesty would send out someone eventually.
I kind of wish you kept the same voice, because then it'd be like, "I should get for the dude."
Like it for us, we came prepared.
Give him like the Mr. Krabs laugh, yeah.
Didn't Kawaii-chan become a pirate at one point? I forgot if that was her or not.
What?
I'm Mr. Krabs.
I'm trying to think if Kawaii-chan was a pirate in Mermaid Tales. I don't think so, but
that doesn't ring a bell, no.
I have to watch Mermaid Tales again, clearly. Anyway.
Like for us, we came prepared. Karina, now set them to Davy Jones' locker.
Oh, I know how small. I thought.
Oh my god, you are an infant.
Is a kid.
Are you a newly recruited member?
Well,
are you a good like 5 years old, a good ripe age to be recruited to the Pops?
I don't think so.
Without the parents' consent?
Remember, the youngest Pop ever was 2.
Sorry. 2 years old.
But okay, but actually, yeah, I do. I was gonna say I didn't realize how small she was because she was far away. I thought it was just perspectives. But yeah, she would be this size at this point because she was essentially in her late teens by the time of Jazz Pops, pretty sure. So, and the re-encountering of Blues Pops. So yeah, I guess child, perfect. She has spent her whole life, with I wasn't going to say with the pirates, but definitely with villains. But she's never done that before. I guess she can. Child Karina could do that'd be way more effective. Why did she never use that before? That's the problem with midquels and prequels. They always introduce new powers and never think.
What? There's an arrow with his arms. Why?
Okay.
Why is his hands like? Is he trying to do like muscle?
No, please don't.
To be fair, you did have DC who decided to make Wonder Woman 1984, and that's technically just a sequel. And that one introduced some new stuff that just did not go anywhere.
Isn't it a bad, poorly made movie?
It's not great.
I mean, people are thinking the Blue Beetle will beat Barbie. I don't know.
No, it absolutely won't. No, too many people have too little faith in DC now. I've already looked at some of the stuff. It's no.
Yeah.
Even if it is a good movie, there's no way it can make those sales.
Right. I mean, I kind of want to see it, but at the same time, like, I don't really see it in theaters.
Yeah, it's not.
The child throws something down. Let's not move away in the slightest. What? What is up with these pops? Like, we can. Is it midnight?
Give him a couple seconds. A couple extra seconds than I was used to. And then...
I just text a spell talk. Hey, can we just re-edit my bug to fix the errors and everything? And he's like, yes, we can upload a new version. I'm like, yes! So here that books. We're gonna get a new version of my book. So yay! Prepare for that.
And a sequel.
Well, duh.
And actually a movie with it.
Yeah, coming out in 2025.
And a limited series on a new streaming service, KW Plus.
Yes. Only $9.99.
This is promoted, by the way. This is a promotion.
Yes.
That we are paid to do.
And Baby Bart is gonna be one of the voice actors for one of the characters. Maybe a villain, maybe a hero. Who knows? Find out. Never.
I do. Find out on all of these questions next week. No, a trailer won't come out, because why would we advertise? This is the advertising we need.
Fun fact, Misfits was going to be a Gacha series, but eventually turned into a...
I'm excited to make $1 more billion.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, did you hear about the Flash's income? So it recently finished going in theaters. It had a
Oh.
$200 million budget. Do you know how much it made?
Oh, how much? How much?
It made about 240 million bucks, which is not a lot past the budget. It made around there. It's pretty great. And movie budgets, by the way, usually don't include things like advertising and stuff, meaning I don't know if they even made all their money back, to be completely honest.
This is why you don't choose an actor who's been writing from it.
Yeah, here we are. Okay. The Flash ends its theatrical run with $268 million worldwide. Budget was around $220 million. So what's that math add up to? How much did they really get here? And again, we're not including advertising or anything. Okay. 2 minus 220. They made about $48 million.
Oh no!
And again, minus that a little bit actually, because again, there's a bunch of other expenses that aren't added to like the main budget price. So, you know, I'd say probably closer to 40 million, if that.
Oh my god!
Man, that really did such a good job. Where's Jacob?
I don't know. I'm scared.
He's been off for a while.
So guys, there's Baby Butter already knows, guys, but apparently there is a new theory out there that Michael is the AI bird traveler or glitch trap.
Dude, okay, no, wait. Has been completely down for a day, so I've been in a hotspot, and the phone just died. Alright. Good to know, Jacob.
Oh no, so we're stuck.
You're so correct. You should have mentioned that sooner.
It's not letting me enter. Everything works. I don't know.
And it's not letting me re-enter even though everything else works.
Do we need like to set up my link or something? I don't know how to fix that.
So I may have to end the stream if it doesn't work. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Is it gonna be a double stream day or something?
No, not a double stream day.
Oh yeah, true, because it's the internet's not working.
No, Emily, don't worry. You can stay here for a couple more hours. We can burn out a restream chat like it's nothing.
No, KW shush. I'm sure we can get theorizing right now, but I'm so slowly. Yes, we are theorizing. Yes, we were talking about how.
Yeah, we so are. Yeah. No, I mean, here's the thing. I just don't agree in the slightest. I think it, like, what little evidence I was given is hardly even evidence. Some of it is just straight up wrong. Like,
just thinking about it too when I said those messages about what you said. You're like, so this is what my friend said, and they're like, what? No, this, that, the other. I think honestly, people just want to bring back the old characters and think that Scott is doing poor writing by bringing new villains and main protagonists.
Oh that's yeah, originality. That's what we call poor writing. I tell you what. No, I agree, Emily. It doesn't make any sense. The Mimic is already so well built already. Why would we add Like, it makes no narrative sense. Like, dude, okay, this guy, he goes, this person, they go, because I'm like, hey, well, because the entire plot of the original games with Michael, right, is you know, he does a terrible thing, right? He bullies his little brother for an unknown amount of time, and then he kills the brother due to a joke gone wrong, and all of it is it's big bad. And then I think that's actually what sparked William Afton killing and not Elizabeth. So my personal interpretation is that Michael inadvertently may have started all of this in the first place. So then you go throughout the other games with Michael, where he's trying to atone for his sins. He's trying to stop whatever his dad is doing. He's trying to end it all, right? And so this person is like, oh, the games are all about him projecting his trauma. What? No. The FNAF 4, you could argue that. The others are the exact opposite. He's trying to heal trauma of others because he inadvertently caused all of it. And then I'm like, and it doesn't even make any sense. Like why would he even go back to projecting his trauma like you're trying to say here? And he's like, and the response I get is like, oh, well, because that's just how the brain works. You use Google. And I'm like, I'm making thinking that's not how storytelling works.
They even talk about
I get that the real brain tends to fall back on old habits, right? I get realistically, yes, he probably would have fallen back into that habit.
That's what they were talking about.
I understand that, but from a storytelling perspective, when you make that kind of turn and you make his entire motivation trying to fix what he has done, that he's been tormented for years and arguably even has just straight up PTSD, you don't go back on that. That's bad writing. I don't care what the actual psychology says, it's bad writing.
And they were talking about you can't just write off main characters and villains.
He's not the main character anymore. I don't know what to tell you. And by the way, guys, I don't want to say anything, but like I got some spicy stuff about Gregory. And Gregory, dare I say right now, might be a main character type thing. Cassie and Gregory have a lot in them that I'm not so sure everyone's picked up on. But I think I have, and oh boy, is it good writing. You know what it's not? It's not bringing back old dead characters for no reason and starting them from ground zero of their arc.
No, here's the thing. Michael is like, if he's not dead, his sister like, let's just say if Michael Afton didn't die, his sister
just read the books. Read the fourth closet.
He freaking dies in Pizzeria Simulator if it's not an in-game. He gets burnt to like crimson and gone because he wants to move on. If I remember the lore right.
Yeah, I mean, he should have moved on. It's the general consensus. Again, if FNAF 6 could technically be retconned, right? He could still be alive, right? FNAF 6, according to the books, may or may not be an in-universe game. Fine, they could retcon stuff there at a moment's notice if they really felt like it. But, like, why would they?
Yeah, and then, like, I mean, there is one theory out there about why Henry was absent until FNAF 6, and that is because he's in jail.
No, he's just really depressed. They explore that in the books. Guys, all it takes is a little bit of literacy, okay? I'm just saying. The books go into great detail about how his daughter died, and then he got real boo-hoo sad, and then his partner in crime, not literal crime, he didn't aid in those crimes, not directly anyways, but his partner in crime, William, then did the missing children incident, which Henry, because depression, then attributed to his own fault because it happened at his location. So then he got even more depressed, leading to his wife leaving him, along with taking the other kid, which then leads to even more depression. In the books, he kills himself in like the 80s or 90s or something along those lines. In the games, he commits suicide in a blazing fire in the 2020s. I don't know what to tell you. The reason is not because he was in jail; it's because he had big depression.
I just saw Jacob.
And he died with depression. He actively committed suicide in multiple continuities. It happened once in the original novel continuity, and it happened again in the game continuity. And if you want to consider the graphic novels a different continuity, then he died in 3 different continuities by his own hand.
What? I saw Jacob said this was especially good in the Gacha series. The main character, a little edgy hybrid. Yeah, we could tell. Well, they were saying the 2 characters weren't originally hybrids. They were just twins. It was based on a song called Halo 2 by Mother Mother.
Uh-huh.
That's what the book series was based on. And then, yeah, there were a lot of changes until I made it into a box. So, yeah. Hey, Jacob, welcome back.
Yeah, it turns out I just had to reload the page rather than just try the retry button on Restream.
And sorry, we read about FNAF. We just tried to entertain people while you were away.
I understand and appreciate that. I just knew it was going to be FNAF related eventually.
Well, originally it wasn't too FNAF related, and then you were like, oh, they're probably theorizing, so then we started.
Man,
that is loud.
I was looking back through the stream itself to see if like that would actually come up. That's why I commented on something that happened several minutes ago.
And yes, Jacob,
but yeah,
I am having a new update of my book with no editing errors this time. I promise you that.
Okay, I don't know if you should be getting so cocky as to say no editing errors. Like even like professional, like years on end writers sometimes make a typo or 2 in their book.
Okay, yes, but this time won't have as many editing errors. As many.
BB.
I mean, sure,
BB,
but like, you
no
can't just
frame
say
of
it's
reference
all
for
gone.
this.
You're right, and I still don't. Your camera's blurry right now.
Just read a page.
Okay, I'll just I'll read this. I'll read this random page here, which happens to be the biggest paragraph in the entire. By the way, most of this book is that the lines are like one set like 2 or 3 sentences each, maybe. Yeah, I happen to open it on the one page that happens to be pushed like entirely a paragraph. Right. Okay. Let's see. I guess I'll read the paragraph then. Carson, I made him let go of me. Sorry. I left to go to the main area. There were people getting drinks from Ruby with Crow's help. I snuck out and stayed nearby. By the way, every sentence is super short. I was thinking of ways to stop my brother. I didn't think I have a choice. I didn't think I have a choice. There's one.
By the way, actually, I will say, I knew about him getting this book like a while back. He just said to keep it quiet. So I kept the secret. By the way, I wanted to point this out earlier, but you guys moved on from the topic quite quickly. Hey, I had a question. I asked this back in the chat whenever he first showed it to us. Why is it that the author name is your Discord username?
I wanted to use it as my pen name! And
it's not a good pen name.
Oh, my
yeah, because it's humorous. It's not an actual, like, good pen name.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to use my real life
name!
You
don't have to use your real name. You can use a pen name, but, like, not something like that. Stephen King used a fake name because... So, okay, context. Back in the day, there was a status quo. You could only publish a certain amount of books during a certain amount of time. And he just wanted to write more books. So then he decided to make a fake name to then publish more books a year. And then eventually people realized that person, I forgot what name he chose. I don't know, I'm not going to look at it right now. But then people realized it was actually Stephen King, and then after that, he actually congratulated the people that figured that out. I think it's person, but and then he was like, "Yep, guys, come clean. I'm Stephen King." He also wanted to see if he was getting the money from the books, and people were saying it was good just because of the fame, or if it was actually quality.
What's
So
funny
if
is
he
that
came in-
so
if he came
baby
out
butter.
and-
My name K904 isn't just my Discord name or my Minecraft name or anything. It's been my nickname for years. So like even my family sometimes
personally
call me
feel like
KW.
Yes, but not KW904, I imagine. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, see, Stephen King's fake
Just
name,
KW.
the pen name he used for some of his other books that he did during that period was Richard Bachman.
Yeah, it was just KW as the name in 904. It was just added stuff. So
Yeah, see, like initials, those are quite common. I was going to say, like, other examples include, like George Eliot, for example, was a woman. Don't know what her
maybe
actual
I
name
just
was.
wanted to be different. Maybe
J.R.R.
I just wanted
Tolkien.
to be different.
You succeeded. George Eliot was not.
I know what I'm saying though is again initials.
Okay. Also, just let you know,
yes,
I could have just
C.S.
put
Lewis,
down.
J.K. Rowling. I don't know. But obviously, KW is not like your part. Like, it's not like your first and middle name. It's not like that, obviously. So it doesn't quite.
Yeah, catchiness is an important thing in creative fields. I remember there's a story where Mark Hamill tried getting Arnold Schwarzenegger to change his name because he didn't think it would be catchy enough for studios to hire him. He was wrong, of course, but that was a thing that people worry about.
That is true. Actually, that's one thing in drama school they told us about was stage names and how that did being about having that be recognizable. Depends. I see debaters like create a different stage name for my like reels well on top of Jacob. So I want that to be just my entire thing, and then and decided for me. Well, I'm Jacob Butter on IMDb. There's like several other people, so it happened anyway.
Yeah, you didn't make the choice quick enough.
No,
I mean, hey, K904, catchy, cool, fits my personality, and it's different than most pen names. So there you go.
It's different than most pin names because most pin names are good.
Hey, it is
good. Okay.
so much
on with this. Yeah.
yeah.
No, we were. You said read a page. Finish reading a page.
Oh yeah. Yes.
This is going to be unaudible soon. Anyway, I didn't think I had a choice. I didn't think I may have to kill him, but I didn't want to. He's fat. That's 3 different sentences, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Past was different. Our past was different. Like that's like a new paragraph. That's what he said. I decided to go back to my past by looking through my memories. I sat down, past, and meditate present. I went back as far as I could. I remember my parents, a wolf. My dad was a vampire. I looked like my father. We had the same sunlit yellow eyes. Same nose and his hair was messy though. My mother looked like Alexander. Alexander's the brother, by the way.
Yeah, the though message is especially weird because whenever you say though, it means you're like comparing these two things. So you would want a comma because it means it's part of the same context. It's the same.
Yeah, I'll be honest. There were very few commas in this book. There are more semicolons.
I bet my editing software delete those commas. I bet my. I have to try to see if my editing software.
There's nowhere to place them. There's nowhere to place the commas because all the sentences are 4 words long. Right. Okay. Have the same ruby red eyes. This is the semicolon. Their nose was sharper. my dad's and mine. We looked happy. We were at that forest, the same forest that we were not allowed to go. The same forest that... Oh, right, sorry. Not to go to would be... Because that's because the fact that Airville City is at the border of this particular forest, that if you go into it once, you can't come back. But if you come from it, then you're allowed to... That's not a spoiler. That's just... That was in like the first...
Yeah. I'm just saying, I just got excited when you... Like, actually remember stuff, okay? I was just like, yeah!
This is like me reading Erasmus the Elf and being like, oh, spoiler alert, guys. Erasmus the Elf was born.
and he made the paper. That actually did happen in the book. Okay, it seemed so peaceful, but then something happened. There were bad people. I think they were banned. No, it was the Fire Nation. They came after us. My body tensed, flashed in my mind that they were dead. But I think that my body tensed because, like, you're in a flashing in your mind, and it feels like that was like in that moment when I was attacked in my flashback. Anyway, there were dead bodies. The smell of blood came back. There were shouts and screams.
You know, you could have made an Inception plot here.
I wanted to look away. Reality. I didn't want to see it, but the memories kept showing the same things. That was all like one paragraph. Yeah. I'm done. I said to myself. Yeah, like it's late at night. I'm not gonna do my game voice acting for Kamiya. Anyway, I started to panic. I didn't stop myself. I didn't keep calm. My body was shaken. Shaken as in not shaken, as in it has been shaken.
I thought it's Ah!
Oh, it's too blurry. Dang it. The screams and the crying kept playing in my head. The blood was really strong and awful. I think I can almost touch the blood as well. I screamed I didn't know who could hear me. But hold on. Wait, I remember the smell of blood was really strong and awful. I think I can almost touch the blood. Oh, like in your own... Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know who could hear me. Then someone touched my shoulder. I opened my eyes and looked at the person. Eve? I said quietly. Hey, are you okay? Take some deep breaths, she told me. I nodded and took some deep breaths. That's another thing that happens in this a lot. Repetition. Take some deep breaths. I took some deep breaths. There was
so
one,
repetition is good.
What section happened 4 times?
So repetition is good whenever you're trying to prove a point in longer, like you have to take a pause between it. Like for instance, if at the beginning of the book you describe this big scary forest or whatever, and then midway through the book they the character explains how the big threat you've been looking for is in this big scary forest, and it's described exactly like the beginning of the book. Now it looks a little bit clever, whereas instead it's like, hey, you remember that forest? Hey, that forest. Yeah, it's like, well, okay.
Well,
yes, I remember that forest. You said it last sentence.
I have got to read the last paragraph of this in you off camera later. I'm not going to read that on here because that's not fair. But it is. Oh, we'll get there. Right. So, okay. She helped me up and took me back inside. She took a booth to. Want anything to drink? Water, please. I answered. Eve went away for a few minutes and came back with a glass of water. I took all of it. Whoa, easy. Don't want to slow down, Gulpy, she cried out. That was my part. I added that. that wasn't in there.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a weird coincidence.
No, there's a puppy love reference in here, obviously, because KW has absolutely seen puppy love, of course.
Wait, anyway. I made a puppy love. Wait, what?
No,
Hey,
no,
that
you
that
didn't.
was sarcasm.
Okay, I was like,
Yes.
what?
Okay, so so they don't have too many errors on here. I do love the fact that I just was about to put this down, then I did the next page where it says it's really bad. If I screamed, right? She nodded. Oh wait, that's a good example I was saying before. Clearly, that's clearly Amia saying that line to Eve, being like, okay, and then Eve nodded. But the thing is, it's like next to it, when you have a response to something like that, or like, this person said this person one who just said the lie. This happens quite a few times in here where it's like, okay, you need to remember sometimes it's just coming in and then a line break.
Oh, okay, I will fix that. The new edition will come out like tomorrow. Well, not like exactly the new edition, but like the new format.
That's a big promise there. Hey, you have a ton of issues in your book, and then you respond with, by the way, guys, the new edition, we'll fix it all up today.
Because I'm usually like that.
Yeah, I think this book has like 90-something pages. I say I think because I can't tell. The pages aren't numbered. But I think
I don't know.
Like 90-something.
Yeah, I literally did like put page numbers on there.
Hey, whenever you said your editing software, did you remember to save?
It's auto-saved.
So no, you did remember to save.
This formatting wise, this does remind me of the first like paperback version of Rasmus the Elf, the one that BB has, the one that I soft word.
That's what I use!
You're able to put footers. Yeah, so you're able to put in the footer. You're able to like. Okay, I guess it just didn't seem to work for you apparently. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix it. Like I'm gonna fix it tonight. So at least most of it.
All 90 pages tonight. Yeah.
That's how I look. I'm productive.
This is why I'm so glad. This is why I'm so glad that I got like an early copy of this, because this is now going to become a rare copy. So if anyone wants the terribly formatted, get that quickly on Amazon because it's going to change soon.
Actually, don't.
It's gonna be a collector's item.
You shouldn't do that, actually. You should not get it now. You should wait for the new version to come out. And if you really want it, you can pay Jacob a lot of money.
Yeah, but then only one person gets it. I'm trying to drive up the sales for KW.
Yeah, but then you get sales, you know?
God. Wow,
I was trying to be nice. Okay. You need to be Jacob to be that. I was actually going to suggest that because it's the thing, when people usually a lot of the time you like autofill and you overlook certain things that happen even if you go back several times. So what I was going to suggest to you actually was if we just became each other's editors. So I send you my books, you send me yours, and we just correct each other.
Sure, I'm down for that. Like I did have someone to like help me make sure I have no mistakes. Like they actually helped me make sure like some like the story. Oh god, now I have to call Spill Cole. Okay. It's Spill Cole, my co-best mate!
Yeah, it didn't go well.
Okay. But anyway, do you like the story at least besides the editing errors?
Was the story coherent?
Well, yes, yeah, I did like the story. I'm honestly a really big fan of a lot of the characters. Actually,
wait, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Come on, please.
That's a good question. Honestly, probably Crow.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, they each had like a particular standout thing about them, and I love Carson's backstory so much. It reminds me of Tokoyami. Yeah, it's like, oh, you are thing that became thing, but no, it's the opposite way around. That's. I'm not going to say what. That's enough. I'll read the last paragraph paragraph to be the after this episode, and let's get back
Yes,
to
yes, yes, yes,
the
we
reading
pretty
we'll
sure.
read it right now.
I'll find
We
the
are going
mistakes
to
in the
review
new
the
one.
episode. Or
Yes,
maybe I
and
will.
I'll figure out how to. And I'll send you the if you want to try to edit, you can edit the board.
Right. Okay, we saw this part. Ghosty commented on the fact that a child placed something down and no one moved the slightest bit away, so they all loaded, and...
It's just dumb!
Okay, here we go. That's what we got
It's
to.
just so dumb!
Yep. If you want your jewelry back, then tell us more, or work for us. I mean, this is the problem with Gacha backgrounds. You can see the there, but oh well, that's a shame. We'll come back later so you can have time to think about it. And time for the police to show up too, but we won't talk about that. The superheroes, huh? Yep, the ballet pops. Why don't you fight them? I've lost our most expensive products. Oh, some. Okay, that's why there's several more. Nice cover up. And also, yeah, there's a pretty good commentary as well on the fact that a lot of the time, in any form of media, the pops just seem to stand around sometimes and do nothing. And so yes, absolutely they should be fighting. We're sorry, this is only our second mission. Just leave. If you can't stop the bad guys earlier, then you're pretty bad. I can't even look at you. Just go. Be gone with you. I'm already going to be the laughing stock. Of what? There's only one jewelry store in the entire city, apparently. I can already see my... Oh. Okay. I just realized who this is. Remember from last episode who this person is. And I think that is why who did not come forward right now is Juliet or Pirouette Pop. Because that's her uncle.
Oh.
Took me a second, but I got there. But that also means that there's definitely another jewelry store. So what? Oh, okay, and that also explains why there was a connection. Okay, so I like to do that. The reason there was a connection to the Pops is because he's the uncle of them. However, they've only just started. Do they have the magical essence of all of the Pops already? Because the plans seem to be to lure them out still. I mean, they can't really try to track them down, and if they can do that, then if they can get someone's magical essence, it would lead them more like to them rather than to their relatives, usually, you would think. But oh. I figured out, yeah. Go, now. You won't even give us a chance? Now! Okay. Yeah, I know that's what I said before, yeah. That's why she stepped forward. She also didn't teleport away, it seems. Oh no, she did. Alright. That guy was so rude. We were just trying to help. I mean, sure, we stood around and let it all happen, but we were trying to help. He was probably just shaken from the whole event. That, and also because business is tough at the moment. How do you know that? Because there's only 2 jewelry stores. There's clearly not enough demand. Well, that guy who was being robbed? That was my uncle. What? You could have been recognized. Yeah, well, sorry. Next time there's a distress call that comes out, I'll do a thorough background check before we deploy ourselves in teleportation. Sorry about that. How careless of me. Why didn't you use your illusion powers? I seem to freeze up and can't think properly. That is true. He does have that effect on her from last time, because this ballet school that she was going to go to, he was judging her because, you know, it wasn't the family business, and the eldest of each generation must inherit this business, or something along those lines. Yeah. Anyway, I swear every time he looks at me, it's like he wants to be dead. No, inherit his business. If he was dead, he
You
would
wouldn't be
pass on the
here.
business to you. Exactly. He needs you alive. Traditionally, I'd be the next to run our family business, but I want to pursue dance instead. And he doesn't like that, so he tries everything to... He has tried 0 things. Okay, so in the last episode, obviously Majesty comes in and says, "Oh, by the way, you're off to ballet school, typical Majesty style. We've all seen it happen before." Then the uncle shows up for dinner because a surprise. After Juliet says, "Oh, I got something to tell you," then she has to spill the beans about the dance school because obviously she's going there, and the uncle's like, "You can't do that business," you know. So, and
classic.
And that was kind of that, but then he doesn't really. But then after that scene, it immediately fades to arriving at the school. Nothing was attempted him to try and stop you. He's just expressed his disapproval. Obviously, he doesn't even have the authority to do that at all. Like, what is it? What is he going to do? That's awful. Let's think optimistically and hope he changes.
I don't know. I mean, have you not seen Miraculous? And there's a character named Chloe and everything. Like, people keep hoping for her to change and everything.
According to A, she did at one point rest again. I haven't seen that part, but that's what I've heard.
Huh.
Yeah, I haven't seen him much practice in like. I guess it's because I've been away. Yeah, so that's probably why. Anyway, and whatever happens, we'll always be there for you. Apparently. Thanks, girls.
No, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. Oh, no, you're awesome. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Yes. Thank you. No. Thank you. Thank you. No. Thank you. I think that was actually a joke in Chow Point. Of how every single like master and apprentice decided at the same time started doing that, and then I think Chowder just turns around and starts going, "No, thank you." And it's like, don't stop.
All right.
Who did? Okay. This episode. Yeah, it seems that. It seems that from towards the end there, once the pop attacks and stuff started happening, it's interesting the uncle critiqued them for inaction when clearly, apparently, he's been trying to, I guess, sabotage her off screen. So it does seem like we're still being spared a few of the story elements that probably should be shown on screen. But for the most part, that hasn't seemed to have happened just yet. The part of the episode 4 I got disconnected was incredibly solid. I mean, okay, scrambled eggs aside, you have them actually getting used to a school, and they're showing off a lot of the school more so than they would have even in the original. I always appreciate when a series that is set in a school takes the time to make reference they are in a school. It's not just Look at this particular building structure we seem to recognize. That being said, as far as backgrounds we recognize, yeah, probably should have thought of a different one for the cafeteria because it seems to be in the middle of the hallway for some reason. Probably not the best method or best place to go. Well, I guess maybe you could have the dining hall in the next door and just get served the food if that could work. Maybe.
Yeah.
Either way, it had a few weird details of detracted from it, but overall, again, very solid to actually do that all. And as Ghosty mentioned, the pops, even though not everyone has had their moment of emphasis just yet, it's mostly been Juliet so far. We are getting there. It's not quite to the level of ballroom pops focusing so much on one particular pop for a long time because that's the one who happened to have a backstory. The other ones clearly have something going on that stage yet. So I guess we'll see that in good old Swine Lake next time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Whenever you
Anyone
say
else?
that, I keep on hearing leg instead of lake.
No. All right.
And it's pretty great.
There was just not enough pirates for me.
There weren't
That's a
any
good
pirates.
Yeah, true. There were no pirates.
I suppose. Yeah, I guess for the name of the title of the episode, it does seem more like the focus was mainly on the first day of school, and we actually did get to see. I should mention again, custom poses. That's got to get a good mention at the end. So I guess that might be this next one's being shown first rather than having them all do it the same. I guess that does make sense. But yeah,
I'll say, there's an issue. There is a consistent issue that I find in almost all of the gacha stuff we watch, including all the pop stuff. For this world being so populated, it feels so incredibly empty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we never see that many people on screen. Like, the most references we have to the outside world beyond what we visually see, which tends to be a very small amount of people on screen, is people talk about how other pops are famous, and that's about it. Can we add some backgrounds?
So with extras, I understand this because that's one of the most time consuming and tedious things. If you want to actually get episodes to come out, and that process to be significantly reduced, and that's why a lot of the time you get other extras. I will say some others particularly occupying the because it seems like they're just being talked to off screen up over the top of the other characters. So a few of them, at least, they go too overboard. You don't necessarily have to have a bunch of people walking down the halls necessarily. It would be nice, but that's, again, I understand why that takes a lot of time because that's the reason that I don't do it. And there you go. All right. I think that's a good point to now.
Probably.
So, when the wind, we shall direct out once more and resume you. Yar.
Oh,
Please
God.
be leaving
Me
all of you likes. Yes. Leave all you likes and you
KWL,
dislikes because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you've not done so already, or I'll make you walk the plank. And on that note, until next time.